When I get that feeling, I want sexual healing. Sexual healing. It's good for me. Hey y'all, welcome to the channel. So today we are going to be talking about some femme fatale fragrances, in my opinion. The fragrances that make me feel my sexiest self. So if you're interested, please keep watching. So before we get started with the video, I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Roxanne, and this is Roxanne's Retreat. If this is your first time joining me, thank you and welcome. And if you've been here before and you decided to come back, big up your whole self. I truly appreciate the continued support. And of course, before we get into the nitty-gritty of things, we're going to talk about my lip. So today I lined my lip with this lip liner from one of the local makeup artists here in Tampa Bay, and her business is called Crystal Clear, and you can find her on Style Seat, Crystal Clear Glam. So this is like a dark brown lip pencil. I can't remember the name, but it's dark brown. So I lined my lip with this. And then in the middle, I have this kind of pinky nude, and this is called Mocha from MAC. So, hey, don't you guys like, if you have a lot of lipsticks, like somebody in the room, get these, especially the MAC. I have a lot of MAC lipsticks, and these little clear covers from Amazon. So instead of you having to open up the lipstick to look for the color, if you have these things from Amazon, you already see the color. So you take out that black one that comes with it and you just put that on there, and that's how I do it, because child, in the morning when I trying to get ready, I don't have time to open and look to see. So yeah, whoever came up with this, genius. And of course, my scent of the day. So my scent of the day is a fragrance that I've never spoken about on the channel, but it is from the house of Mind Games. I love these bottles, and it is called, oh Lord, Casa. Listen, if pronouncing the fragrance correctly was a prerequisite to smelling good, I don't know what we would have been smelling like out here. I just want to say that. But anyways, this fragrance is beautiful. It is like a white floral. Let me tell you the notes. So it opens up with black licorice, cardamom, pink pepper, and in the middle there's Egyptian jasmine, gardenia, Madagascar, ylang ylang, and in the base there's musk and cacao. It's so pretty. More. And if you don't know anything about Mind Games, like, look at the bottles. What does it look like? It looks like a chess piece. And yeah, the whole story. So these are like the chess pieces. And yeah, this one is called Casa. Caissa, from the house of Mind Games, as my scent of the day. Okay, y'all, so let's start talking about the fragrances that make me feel sexy. And yeah, they last long and they garner compliments, especially from those that matter. Okay, so yeah. First one up is from the house of Givenchy, and it is called L'Entre de Rouge. Let me tell all you something. This thing, sexy. It's a warm, spicy, like when I put this on, I feel like, I don't even know. Like I feel like I should have a, let me not say it. But anyways, super sexy fragrance. So it opens with ginger, blood orange. In the middle there's tuberose, jasmine, pimento leaf. There's, in the base there's sandalwood, patchouli, and vetiver. So like I said, it's a warm, spicy floral. It just, in the opening, I get that ginger, which I love ginger in fragrances, but then it just dries down to this powdery kind of irresistible vibe. It is so, so sexy. I'm gonna say sexy at least 200 times in this video, bear with me. But this just makes me feel like, you know, I should be wearing it. Put on your red dress. Yeah, that, because the bottle is red. So just, it just makes me feel uber sexy. Like I said, and it projects its compliment getting, you know, it projects and it lasts and it lasts. So Liantre, not sure if I'm saying it right, but Liantre Rouge by Givenchy. One of the fragrances that makes me feel so, so sexy. Okay, next fragrance on my list is a fragrance from the house of Amouage, and this is called Overture, or Overture Woman. This is also like a warm, it's kind of like boozy, sexy fragrance. So it opens with brandy, apple, saffron, and bergamot. In the middle, there's benzoin, myrrh, may rose, cinnamon, geranium, and in the base, there's leather, labdanum, and labdanum. This fragrance was launched, I think, in like 2020. It packs a punch. It absolutely packs a punch, but it's like an alluring, kind of like come hither punch. That's what this does. It's definitely not an everyday fragrance, my opinion. It's more of a fragrance that, you know, you could wear. I think you can wear it all year round. In the summertime, definitely in the evening, but it's like a nice, like a date night, seducing kind of vibe, because the way it dries down on my skin, you know, although it's boozy, it dries down to like a feminine yet bossy kind of vibe, and it's just super intriguing. The house of Amouage is kind of like that. You know, it's not a fragrance house that makes quote unquote basic fragrances. You have to have, you know, a deeper appreciation for fragrances to enjoy the fragrances in the house of Amouage. I'm not gonna lie, I struggle with a lot of them. I really do, but this one here, to die for. One of the fragrances that makes your girl feel sexy, sexy for these days. Next up is a fragrance from the house of Lancôme, and this is La Nuit Trésor. First of all, the bottle is sexy. The bottle looks like a whole diamond. So this is La Nuit Trésor. This is the original. You know, there's La Nuit Trésor à la Folie, etc., but this is the original La Nuit Trésor. I absolutely adore this fragrance. You see how it chinks in it? I love it. So this one opens with pear, tangerine, bergamot. In the middle, there's strawberry, vanilla orchid, black rose, and passion fruit. In the base, there's a ton of notes, including caramel, vanilla, and some licorice. So to me, this is like a warm, again, it's warm, it's spicy, it's floral, it's sweet. It's absolutely enveloping, absolutely enveloping. And when I wear this, I feel like when I walk, I kind of have a soundtrack. I don't know what the song is though, but yeah, I just feel super sexy. I feel womanly. I feel like just the queen of the hill, just the sexiest woman on earth. I feel like that, okay? So yeah, I keep closing the bottle and opening the bottle. La Nuit Trésor from Lancôme, one of the fragrances that makes me feel oh so sexy. I love it. And the bottles are to die for. Look at this. Next up is a fragrance that I know I've spoken about on this channel before, and it is from La Perla, and it is called Possibilities. Oh gosh, do you guys see the dent in this thing? This big old bottle, look at the dent. Child. Anyways, this is, I don't know, it's like sex in a bottle. It is so like, ooh. So it opens with freesia, blackcurrant, pink pepper. In the middle, there's rose, rosewater, petalia, and orange blossom. And in the base, there's cashmere wood, Mexican vanilla, akigala wood, and ambergris. All mixed up in a potion that is sexy to rise. Listen, this is one of the fragrances. Do not dare wear this to work. You hear me? Don't wear this fragrance to work. Wear it like on a date night. Wear it when you're trying to attract that special someone. Not at work. Not at work. But this fragrance here, it is just so, it's sweet, it's floral, it's fruity, it's spicy. It's just this mix of everything, almost like everything in one. And like I said, like a genie in a bottle. Possibilities by La Perla. Now, I said this before, and if you don't already know, La Perla is a luxury lingerie brand, and their fragrances are absolutely alluring. Like the names of the fragrances are actually absolutely alluring. So this one here, Possibilities, oh my gosh, I love it, I love it, love it. Get your nose on it. They have it at Nordstrom mostly. I haven't seen it anywhere else but Nordstrom, and I think it's a Nordstrom exclusive. But yeah, get your nose on it and see what it does. For me, it just makes me feel absolutely sexy. Absolutely sexy. My sexiest self. La Perla, Possibilities. Next up is a fragrance from Initio Parfums, and this one is called Psychedelic Glow. Psychedelic Glow. So that, you know, the name of the fragrance kind of takes you to the 60s where there was free love, etc. Psychedelic Glow. Sexiness. Yes, so this fragrance opens with ylang ylang and bergamot. In the middle there's heliotrope, Bulgarian rose, and in the base there's myrrh and sandalwood. So it's powdery. I think it's the heliotrope that gives it that powdery vibe, because in the dry down on my skin it's super powdery, but it's also woody and just, again, enveloping. It's Initio Parfums, they don't just drop any fragrance, they drop gems, and this is blended to perfection. It's like, it's almost like I can't I need the words. I need the words to describe it. It's so unusual. It's not a safe blind buy. You have to put your nose on this. You actually have to spray it on your skin to see what it does, because it's one of those fragrances that can go absolutely left. But I love it on me. I love it. It just makes me feel so feminine. So, you know, like femme fatale, you just want to go like this and be like, oh, you know, you just leave that sillage, and this thing projects and it lasts like at least 8 hours on my skin, and you walk by and people are like, oh my goodness, who is that? What is that smell? It's a good smell. It's Psychedelic Glow from Initio Parfums, and this is one of the ones that made the list for hot, heavy, sexy. I love it. Get your nose on it, y'all. Get your nose on it. Okay, next up is another fragrance from Initio Parfums, and this one I think will be an expected one to make this list if you've looked at any of my videos. And this one is Absolute Aphrodisiac from Initio Parfums. Absolute Aphrodisiac. The feeling is in the name of this fragrance. That's what it does. It just has this raw, animalic kind of vibe. It makes you want to rumble in the jungle. It makes you feel like a heathen. A very sexy heathen. That's what this does. So in this fragrance, Absolute Aphrodisiac, there's vanilla, there's amber, castoreum, leather, musk, and white flowers. What I smell? Unadulterated sexiness. This is a femme fatale, spicy, come get me if you dare vanilla. Absolutely alluring, absolutely enveloping, absolutely the fragrance that, again, will turn heads and people would wonder, what is she wearing? Now, this is a fragrance that, you know, you know, you either love it or you hate it, because it has that, like I said, animalic quality that some people say it feels, you know, it makes them feel dirty. Not dirty as in, I didn't shower dirty, dirty as in sexy and all that. And yeah, it kind of does that for me. So again, absolute aphrodisiac from the house of Initio Parfums. It makes the list for one of the fragrances that makes me feel absolutely sexy. Next up is a fragrance from the house of Maison. I always do that. Maison means house, Roxanne. Stop it. Next up, it's a fragrance from Maison Francis Kurkdjian, and it is Oud Satin Mood Extrait de Parfum. No words. I've spoken about this fragrance before. I've spoken about this fragrance on a man. I'm speaking about this fragrance on me. I absolutely love it. So it is damask rose, Turkish rose, oud. Then there's vanilla, violet, amber, geranium, and cinnamon in this fragrance. It is powdery. It is like a oud and rose combination. Really, it's a oud and rose forward fragrance, but this dry down here is so powdery, and on a man, it's like, again, the powdery is unexpected. On a woman, yes, you know, you powdery things are normal, but this, for some reason, just does something to my psyche, and something good. It makes me feel absolutely gorgeous. It makes me feel sexy. Now, and talk about projection and longevity. This thing is a beast, and it garners compliments and compliments when I wear this. Now, in the dead heat, like in summertime, in Florida, in the dead heat, if you want to wear this, just mind your sprays, because you're gonna choke people out. But in the summertime, or when it's super hot, I would pull for this in the evening. I wouldn't wear it in the daytime, because it can be a little suffocating if you overdo it. And even if you spray a little bit in the heat, it can still be overpowering. But Oud Satin Mood Extrait de Parfum makes your girl feel sexy. Get your nose on it if you haven't already. Next up on the list is a fragrance that is definitely no stranger to this channel, and it is from Bond No. 9 New York, and it is Nomad. Nomad from Bond No. 9 New York. Check out my dent. This is my bottle. He has his own bottle, but look at my dent. Oh my gosh, this fragrance is everything. So it opens with quince, pear, and blackcurrant. In the middle there's rose, oud, orris, violet leaves, and in the base there's vanilla, amber, and sandalwood. So it is sweet, it is fruity, it is woody, and it is sexy. S-E-X-Y, sexy. And it lasts, and it garners compliments. A gorgeous fragrance, a masterpiece from Bond. The dry down on this, no words, just absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. I love wearing this. I wear this to work sometimes, but I don't like super overspray it. It depends on my outfit. So, you know, sometimes, you know, it depends on your vibe, your outfit. Fragrance kind of goes with moods. But yeah, this fragrance, it makes me feel super, although it's like, I would say it's right down in the middle, like masculine, feminine, but it makes me feel, although it makes me feel super feminine and just bossy, and you know, you have that air of sexiness. That's what it does for me. So again, Nomad from Bond No. 9 New York. Get your nose on it if you haven't already. It is fruity, it is sexy, it is something that you absolutely should explore having in your collection. Boom. Okay, last but not least is a fragrance that I actually had to warm up to. Like, I smelled it one time and I was like, ew, and then I you know, tried to discover it again. It took me at least 3 tries before I decided to add this fragrance to my collection. And now I absolutely love it, and I pull for it when I'm going on a date night when I just want to feel so sexy. And this is from the house of Nishane, and this is Nishane's Ani. Now this is a very popular fragrance. Many fragrance reviewers speak about this fragrance, and for good reason. It is sexy. It is like a warm, spicy, long lasting, let me tell you, last on the skin vanilla. So it opens with ginger, bergamot, pink pepper, and green notes. In the middle there's cardamom, black currant, Turkish rose, and in the base there's vanilla, benzoin, sandalwood, cedar, ambergris, musk, everything. Ani from Nishane. If you tried it and you didn't like it, try it again. Be like me, try and try again. This right now, I am so happy I decided to add her to my collection because she is sexy. It just makes me feel a certain kind of way, Words can't express all the fragrances that I discussed. That's what they do for me. Some have different levels, but Ani from Nishane now. One of the, talk about compliments, talk about long lasting. Yeah, girls, yeah, guys, get your nose on it. Ani from Nishane, definitely a masterpiece, a banger. And it makes me feel like 3-inch red bottoms with some lingerie. That's what Ani from Nishane makes me feel like, okay? Take that for what it's worth. Okay, y'all, so we've come to the end of the video. These are the fragrances, I think it was 9 of them, that just makes me feel my sexiest self. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please consider subscribing. On this channel, I discuss fragrances, beauty, lifestyle, travel, and whatever else. So if that intrigues you, please consider subscribing. Again, thank you so much for joining me. Hope to see you in the next one. Bye.